Hey, this is Tom with the Father's Workshop Screen Printing. Do you want to make good print jobs? Do you want your print jobs to come out good? Do you not want to have to put your print jobs off for a week because for some reason the screens you got in were junk? I've got it, I've had it, and I've been I've done cheap screens. It's just, look, I'm gonna be 60 this year. 60 in November. And boy, I'm telling you what, I'm getting too old for this mess. So I'm slowly gonna start working up and getting some good equipment. And I know some of you dealers and stuff out there are glad to hear that, but I'm fixing to expand my building. I need to expand my building. I got so many projects that I need to get done, and I'm working on it. Let's go to the intro, and we'll come right back, and let's get into what I need to say, or what I'm going to say. Hey, this is Tom with the Father's Workshop Screen Printing, and I just want to kind of give you a real short video here on some issues that I've been having with screens. You can buy cheap screens. You can do that, and you're going to get what you pay for. I'm already finding that out. Because we work on a budget, and we try to get things as cheap as we can to try to get things started, and we're not a big business, but we want to gradually get big into the business, so we have to start out with what we can basically afford. And so I was buying these screens from eBay, and I noticed when I get them from eBay, man, I was tickled to death. Got my screens in, man, I was ready to print, and but I found out that you got to watch these screens. These screens ain't, you can find them at a really good price, and you think, wow, man, I've done good for myself. But you got to realize, how good are those screens really? How good is the glue that's holding that mesh on there? How good is that? Now, that's what I'm finding out, and I'm finding out through this, and it's by hands-on experience and by just it's just practical. Sometimes it's like raising kids. Get me. I got 7 children, 7 grandchildren, and the thing about raising them, you can teach them and tell them, they don't listen. They got to check it out and test it for themselves. That's like business owners and people doing stuff like that. You can listen to other YouTubers and everything and give you the advice because they've gone through it. But you go, well, it may not be like that for me. And you find out it is. So you find out you're in a mess. And so what I'm realizing is watch those screens, because let me give you an example. I've had them come in the box, and you go through them and you'll look at them and you'll go, oh man, these are great. Then you'll go leave a positive feedback on the person that sent them, and then you'll realize when you get in there and you start coating them with some emulsion that they got holes in them. There's a little hole here, or there's a little problem here. Or some of the screen mesh is not attached to the frame because the glue evidently didn't hold, or they didn't do it good enough, because I don't know whether it was, sometimes it's putting out more quantity than it is quality. And, for being a screen printer, you want to put out quality as well as quantity. But you want your work to be quality, because that work is going to either make you or break you. Because when it gets out there, you'll find out that people were either going to want to buy more because you did a good job, or they're going to go, man, I ain't going to buy another stinking thing from this person, man. This is sorry work. So you don't want to be seen as a sorry worker. You want to get that stuff out there and make it look good. And so you got to be careful of these screens, because these screens ain't cheap. When you start buying a box of screens for $115, 6 screens, you can get them down to like $108. Sometimes you'll find $97 for 6 screens. You're going, oh, it's $110. Mesh, count and all, and you look at it and you're thinking, man, this is good, but then you find out, after you do 2 or 3 print jobs, you find out the screen's falling apart from the frame. That ain't no good. You can't keep buying that every week or every 3 weeks or every month, buying new screens. Unless you're going to buy your own little screen stretcher and all that stuff and put your own screens together. Huh? Well, you can if you want to. And I thought about it, but then I thought about this. Why don't I buy some good screens? Now, I know I got this cheap, this Chinese press from, off eBay, and it works good. I mean, sure, it doesn't do the precision lining up of the things, but I can do that. I can eyeball it and get all that stuff just right, and I know how to do all that, so I can get that done. And like the heat presses and stuff, you get what you can afford. But I'm finding out when it comes to the screens, sometimes it might be a little wiser to invest a little more in the screens. And then as your business progresses, then you'll have some money built up to where you can invest in, some stuff from Ryan Ed, some stuff from these other companies that have good quality machines and all that stuff that you can basically afford it then. But I'm noticing that these screens ain't what they supposed to be. Okay, we're back. I wanted to show you some issues that I've been having with screens. And like you take this one here for instance, this one here. I did this one here because I wanted to do some shirts, just for the business. And let me take this off of here. Let me kind of show you the issues that you run into. The issue that I'm noticing is that look at this. I want you to notice this. Right over here. You see right there? See that? See where the mesh is separating from the frame? That's where it's separating from the frame. Now that's where it's separating from the frame right there. Right there. See that? See that right there? It's separating from the frame. It's pulling apart from the frame. And I've noticed some of these people that sell these screens, not trying to name names or anything, so I'm not going to do that, but I'll say that if you'll look, sometimes they say not to get the glue wet on your screens. And I'm like, how are you going to do that? If you gotta wash them, you burn them, you wash them out. How are you gonna not get the glue wet? Can't figure that one out yet. So you start having those issues, and when they start putting stuff like that on the description, and they say about not getting it wet, don't buy it. That's crazy, Here's some more. Here's another screen. Can you see it? Do you see where my arm is on the other side of the mesh? And you see this little spot right there? Yeah. You better look for things just like that when you get them in the mail, because I didn't see it. It was actually a screen that was in between, it was a total of 6 screens that I got, and it was in the middle. And, well, you accept that stuff from the postman, and he gets in, and you take it loose, and you look at it, and you find out, hey, I had some problems with my screens here. And some little other issues there that, So when we look here, we see that, look at that. Look at that. When you look over here, you see some more see that little area there? See that little tear there? There's a little, and I didn't do that. This is a new screen. This This is a brand new screen, and you got to be careful. And I'm finding out that I'm buying these cheap screens, getting a good deal on them, but they ain't lasting. Or either they got holes in them when you get it. Now that means that I have to remesh this thing. That's a mesh, and I'm having to mesh it. I had to mesh it up, but I didn't mesh it up. Anyways, what do? You need to buy good screens. So I just spent a little extra money, and I bought some of these. I noticed that the difference on these here. Oh, look. My. Now that's a good screen. It's a 20 by 24. I like it. It's a 230 count mesh. It's gonna do good for my halftones that I want to do. The red glue back on the back. I mean that they seem they're a little extra. I want you to see the screens are a little thicker. Look at this one compared to this one. You can see the thickness of this screen. Costs a little more, but it's thicker. It's not like this one here. This one here is a thinner one, and it has got the glue on it that just don't hold. It's got holes in it that came, and I paid for it, and I didn't pay much more for these. And this is a 230 count, and the screen, the frame is unbelievable. And I like these. I can't remember who I bought them from. As soon as I'm really happy with it, I'm going to buy some more. But I'm getting some good screens. I'm tired of messing with the junky screens. It's okay, you know, if you're going to do a few shirts and all that, you know, but I want some screens to last. And I think if you're starting out, you don't want to have to buy screens every week or every 2 weeks because they don't hold up. I mean, you're going to get the screens wet. You're going to have to clean them, and the glue's going to get wet. So why not? I'm starting my investment is strong in screens. I'm going to make sure I get good screens from now on, and you should too. And this is just a quick note to let you know that I mean I really like those screens. Really impressed with them when I got in because they were thicker, and these here, they're just, you know, I mean, I don't know where they came from, you know, have no idea where they came from, and I wouldn't dare go against the company, and you know, and but I do like these. And these are nice. And you know, sometimes you like putting a plug in for the other companies and stuff. And see, and I like those screens. I'm really impressed with them. And this is just a note from the Father's Workshop Screen Printing, from old Tom here. I would make it worth my while to spend a little extra money and get good screens. You may not be able to afford the expensive screen printing machine, the different stuff that you need for screen printing. You may not be able to afford the expensive stuff right now, but you will later, because I believe in you. I believe you're going to do good. And I appreciate, I've had some subscribers that have asked questions, and I've tried to be a blessing. And look, subscribe. Please subscribe. I need you. You know, I know you don't need me. I know you watch this and go, oh, that old dummy. I don't need to watch him. I'll watch somebody else. But I'm trying to bring you some good advice. And I said at the beginning, and I'll say it again, let's learn together, and let's see what we can do. There's a lot of you guys that want to get into screen printing and get into it. Man, it's fun. You can make money. You can go to swap meets and yards. You can do yard sales and flea markets, and you can come up with your own design and just make a bunch of shirts and take them out there and sell them. Make you some money. You know, some of y'all just looking for something just to do on the side, just to make a little extra money. That's the way to do it. And you don't have to buy the expensive stuff to do it. Just make sure you get good screens. Glad y'all are out there. Hey, how about subscribe? I sure appreciate it. Please? Please? All right. Anyways, please subscribe, like, give me a thumbs up. Don't give me no thumbs down. I don't need that. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't, just don't do nothing. But we do hope you like the video. And we got more to come. But in the meantime, subscribe, like, leave your comments, and we'll get back with you. Lord bless.